Good morning, y'all. Welcome to this will be like day 3 of Vlogmas with Jay the Vlogs, and I am, recuperating everything from last night. It was fun. I just was tired as hell, so I ended up having to leave. Like, I don't know. I think when in the video last night I said it was like 3 o'clock. No, like 4 o'clock in the morning. It was literally just a few minutes to like 4. So I was tired. At that point, I would have been up for at that point, because I woke up yesterday, just say 5:30. Shit, bitch, I was almost a 24. Bitch, 22? That's good enough. But, I was tired. So, this morning I'm about to go get the boys, and then we'll probably, grab some breakfast or something. Do something until I drop them to my, aunt's house. To hang out with the little cousin and stuff like that. But so if y'all ever lose a loved one, I just got this card in the mail from Gregory B. Levitz, because I was like, they got a George Levitz out here too. But they sent a happy holiday card for the family, and it says wishing you and your family peace during this holiday season. Blessings. And I understand too that this is just like a little automatic card, but the fact that they sent it and making sure, you know what I'm saying, is getting here, because they did the same thing for his birthday. They sent him a birthday card, and I just thought that was really, really sweet and just really thoughtful, because I wasn't expecting it. And this is the year of first for us. This is the first everything. This is his first birthday. We celebrated 1 year in our home. We celebrated our first year in our home, and he wasn't able, he wasn't here for that. He died in July, and so that was September, so he wasn't here for that. Our first Halloween, we had his first birthday, our first Thanksgiving, and now we're going on to our next first, which is our first Christmas, first New Year's. So this is the first holiday season obviously without him, and so the same thing is going to be for birthdays or whatever. But I'm just saying, this was really, really, pardon me, but this was really, really sweet of them. I like that. That's super thoughtful. And overall, the process, even though it's a very stressful time, they really did make it nice and just easy. And they were there the whole way, kept people in check, you know what I'm saying? They really made the process a lot better. They did a good job with him, and just taking everything that we wanted into account, and they did just make it just a lot easier. And I'm just really, really thankful for that, because it was very stressful. And just all of a sudden, and I ain't had no idea about no funeral planning and expenses and so on and so forth. So yeah, but I guess while we're riding, we're gonna talk and we're gonna do this little life update. It's my last day at work, y'all. It's my last day at work, and I'm celebrating or whatever, just doing my little last minute stuff. And then I got a phone call from a friend who normally wouldn't call. So at that moment, I knew, okay, something is up, because he wouldn't call me just in the middle of the day on some, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be that situation. So he called me and told me, that my husband had been shot. And he told me that my husband had been shot or whatever. And so I'm at that point, of course, I'm dropping everything. I need to get to him right now. Where we both work, because we both at work. It's the middle of the day. We're both at work. And so I work maybe max with traffic and stuff 15 minutes away from him. And my brother, he had also called the friend, also called my brother-in-law. And so my brother-in-law, he was already downtown, so he was like maybe about 12 minutes away, about 11 minutes away. And so, you know, as I get this phone call, I drop everything. I'm like about to leave on my way, but my coworker, she ended up taking me because she's like, no, you don't need to drive right now. You know, you're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not wrapped around just yet. Like, you don't need to drive because you're gonna probably end up having some kind of crash or whatever. So my coworker drove me there or whatever. And, you know, on the way, I'm thinking like, okay, he got shot, but it's okay. We're gonna pull through this, and you know what I'm saying, like it's gonna be okay or whatever, you know, he'll be fine. It's gonna be like this because my husband has been in some shit. Like 2017, he had a car accident where he broke his femur and had to get surgery, rod in his leg. In 2019, he had, and this was my youngest son was in the vehicle at that time. The 2019, both of the boys were in the car with him, and he had another car accident where he broke the same fucking leg, y'all, but it was his tibia fracture at the bottom. So he broke his leg again in the same place due to another car accident. This was neither one of them were his fault, but yeah, neither one were his fault, you know what I'm saying, just like thank goodness. But yeah, so that was in 2019. Earlier this year in April, my nigga, in April, my husband had a heart attack. At the age of 35, my husband had a heart attack. Come to find out, he had some rare ass heart disease. So he had some kind of like rare heart condition where like high cholesterol from both sides, like built up his, you know, like his like all his chambers were like blocked with like plague and stuff. And his normal cholesterol level is fine, but his hereditary, whatever it was, like they could tell the difference between the cholesterol, and it was like sky high. So he had a heart attack. He had to get on medication, doing therapy and all this kind of stuff, and he was doing really good. You know, like we going for walks, we like changing, you know what I'm saying, we changing our stuff or whatever, we living every day. And like, cause after that he really felt like he was on borrowed time, because what these doctors were saying to him at that age 35, being diagnosed with his rare heart condition, like was even rarer. Like when I say this man had these doctors like, what's really going on? Yeah, okay. So specializes in this you know, treatment, or I mean this condition or whatever, this heart disease. And you know, it's like, okay, he gonna get it. But he said he diagnoses like children with this. Like there are children having heart attacks that has my husband's heart condition. So the fact that he made it to 35 without ever being diagnosed and without ever having really health issues, like, was a miracle. So they used to call him at the therapy like the miracle child or something like that, because he was so young with his heart disease. Like, and the doctor's like, if you look at your heart, by your heart alone, you would think like you're a 60-something-year-old man, like you've been here, you know what I'm saying, like you would think he's an old man. And my husband used to joke all the time and say that he was an old man, like that was just his thing. But anyway, so that happened in April. So now we're in July, and I get this call that he's been shot. And so obviously I'm making my way down there. I made it to the property, I would say, within like 11 minutes. My brother-in-law was there within like 9 minutes, less than 10 minutes. And on the way there, my brother-in-law called me back. And I knew what the phone call was. I knew what it was. I had to hear him say it. I needed him to say it. You know, I heard him say, like, I knew what the phone call was, but I needed to hear him say it. He couldn't say it. He couldn't get it out. But my husband did not make it. He was shot and killed. Like, on all this day of celebrating new jobs, new promotions, celebrating birthdays, like on all of this celebrating life, he lost his. shortly after having a heart attack. That's what get me the most out of all of this. But yes, so you know, that's that's what my life been from then. So now I've been parenting alone and just making, you know, I've been parenting alone. My therapist says, you know, it's a difference between being a single parent and now parenting alone. And, you know, and I have to understand, like, that is a difference, because I was never a single parent, thank God, you know what I mean? And I was never one of those women that had to worry about my baby daddy and not taking care of him, or not supporting, or just not being there. One thing about it, he was gonna be there for them babies. Like, he loved his boys. You know, everybody knows about Rock's boys. So he definitely, without doubt, loved his boys. And, you know, my heart breaks for them even more, because, like my oldest son said, you know, Dad's my best friend. We have 2 boys. We have a 2-year-old and a 10-year-old. And I hate it for them. They're young black boys, and it's such a stigma with black men not being here with their dads. I mean, for their children. And he was an excellent father. And, you know what I'm saying, like I said, of course I heard for myself, because that was my husband. You know what I'm saying, you know, we were together for 14 years. We were married for 6. And, you know, that's who I was going to spend the rest of my life with, you know what I'm saying, regardless of whatever issues, problems. Everybody has stuff in their relationship. But I never saw this coming. And so now I'm here, and I'm having to figure by myself and to do by myself. Well, I'm not completely by myself, because I have an amazing support system. When I say amazing, my support, y'all need to go. We have a green light. Go, ma'am. So I'm not really alone. I'm, you know, saying, have an amazing support system. But at the end of the day, it's still me. This is my family, you know what I'm saying? So my husband, wife, 2 children, you know what I'm saying? So this is my little family, and at the end of the day, it is just me, you know what I'm saying? I'm having to figure this out and figure out where I need the help, figure out where I need the support. And there's been, we're in December now, so this was in July. This is going into the 5th month. And you know, it's hard. I'm sad all the time because I lost my husband. I'm sad all the time, but you know, I can't be depressed about it. I actually do like battle with depression. I will say I have not been clinically diagnosed, but I do have depression. And when I used to be in those kind of moods, like my husband really would hate it. Like he did not like it. He would like call my mom but he hated when I was in that kind of like depressed mood, because I think it was nothing that he could really do to get me out of it. It didn't matter like vacation or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was the thing. But also too, you know what I'm saying, it was probably some stuff that he maybe didn't realize. But yeah, so now that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this thing. And oh man, rocking on his motorcycle. But you know, I'm making it work. And honestly, I have to, him having a heart attack and then losing his life just a few months later, like having that heart attack, it was so scary for us, because I'm thinking like, you know, he's like, I could have lost my life. Having these little small heart attacks, like, it was extremely scary. And you know what I'm saying, like, here we are in the hospital for the 3rd time with something major. We don't, like, you know what I'm saying, and this is his heart. So, but having that heart attack and then dying a few months later, it just really teaches, like, you really don't know when your time will end. You have no idea. You want to try to make a big impact as much as you can, and just be your authentic self. live for yourself. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. I don't mean live for yourself in a selfish way, but do what makes you happy. If you don't know what makes you happy, then find out what makes you happy, because you don't want to live your life and lose it, and people were like, oh, you know what I'm saying, like she wasn't happy, or this person struggled all the time, or you know what I mean. And that will happen, of course, but like, you know what I'm saying, with my husband, he made such a huge impact on everybody that he touched. That's why another reason why I have the support system that I have, because my husband was just a wonderful person. And he was just amazing. He always wanted to help people. He always wanted to teach people, and he just had a good heart and a good soul. Like, he was just a real one. He really was a real one. So people fuck with him from the hood, you know what I'm saying, to the boardrooms, like, you know what I mean. So professional people, like people of all walks. So he definitely was a rare one, a rare breed, and he was a real one, and he will be forever loved, forever missed. And I'm definitely just going to live in his name and do right. Bye, you guys. Peace and love, and remember to hug those loved ones super, super tight. Hug those babies super, super tight. You never know. You know, love on each other. Be honest with each other. Be honest with yourself and for yourself. Peace.